Meta campaign build out part 1 out of 3 videos. What's up, everybody? My name is Mo Malvo or Morii Malvo. Welcome to the Mo Paid Media YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to go over how to set up a Meta ads campaign for a fitness course or a online fitness company. So if you're somebody and you are running a fitness company online, or your client happens to be a fitness online company, this would be a good video to start when building out your campaign. If you haven't already, be sure to check out my prior video where I go over the client overview for the campaign, what are their objectives, their goals, what bidding strategy they would want to use, what kind of ad creatives are they wanting to use, who they're wanting to target. That's a good starting block. And I'll also leave a downloadable in the description to where you can download the guide for the client overview to give you an idea of what kind of questions you need to ask them to get information on how to build out the campaign to their liking. But in this video, I'm just using a fictional company. The company is called Athletica, and I'm just going to walk you through how to actually set up a Meta ads campaign manually at the campaign level using the sales objective for the fitness course product. I'm going to try to avoid the Advantage Plus campaigns for now. We're just going to keep things transparent and customizable. So as you can see, the client overview is Athletica, the industry is fitness, the campaign objective is to drive online sales for the course, the fitness course. The target audience would be fitness enthusiasts aged between 18 to 35, and the primary platform is Facebook and Instagram. All right. So just to give you a campaign setup overview, we're going to name the campaign. We're also going to give it a objective, which is going to be conversions. The buying type is going to be auction. The setup is going to be manual. We're going to do manual as best as we can. The daily budget is going to be $100. The campaign budget objective would be turned on, or optimization would be turned on, and we're not going to do any A and B testing. We're not going to do any no catalog or no special categories. Okay, so my first step is to actually create the campaign name. So I click this green button and I have the option to either do the buying type auction or reservation or reservation. Here, I'm just going to stick with auction by default. Auction allows Meta to bid for the ad placements dynamically, while the reservation is people barely use it, but it's typically guaranteed for impressions. So here we're just going to do the auction. Now, as you can see, we have different campaign objectives. Here we have awareness, which is to build brand awareness. So let's say, for example, if a local gym was promoting their grand opening, then awareness would be a good campaign objective. For traffic is about getting website clicks, website traffic, link clicks, landing page views. Here, a good example would be if I was trying to get users to my landing page. Engagement is more so for getting messages, video views, and page likes. That would be a good example is if I was trying to get more DM inquiries about a fitness plan. Leads is for lead generation. That would be to collect emails, for example, for a fitness challenge. Now we have app promotion. App promotion is for app installations, and that would be to promote a fitness tracking app. There's just an example. And then last but not least, we have sales. Sales is for conversion. So sales would be if I was trying to sell an online fitness course. So that's what I would use. And this sales is ideal for sales is ideal if your goal is to drive conversions like purchases or signups. So that's what I'm going to use. Now, you can see the Advantage Plus cells just automatically did the on. I don't really understand how to turn that off, but it's cool for now. Okay. Now it took me to the campaign name. Now, as you can see, I have a campaign name. I always put my draft in, I always turn my draft off. So I turn my campaign off. And then I'll turn it on once everything gets filled out and I'm ready to actually run the ad or run the campaign. Now, as you can see here, I have my name, my campaign name, which I'm just going to put the naming convention, which is the company's name, the product or service that I'm wanting to promote, the bidding strategy, which would be the highest volume, Q2, and then the year 2025. There are tons of different naming conventions, but for this step, I'm just going to stick with the naming convention I already built out. So that's my campaign name. Now, my buying type, I already discussed this. I have auction. My campaign objective is sales. Now here, I already said I'm not going to be using Advantage Plus catalog ads here, but normally that's for if you have a Shopify. This is not the video to go into that. I can make another video talking about Advantage Plus catalog ads. For bidding strategy, I will be sticking with the campaign budget for now. And as you can see, this automatically distributes your budget to the best opportunities across your campaign, also known as Advantage Plus campaign budget. So I'm sticking with that. But if I want to switch to the ad set, I can. That is going to turn everything off. That would turn the Advantage Plus, the Advantage Plus sales campaign off. But the ad set budget allows me to set a different budget strategy or a different bidding strategy or budget schedule for each ad set. Which I'm not doing that for right now. I'm just going to do the campaign budget. I'm going to stick with daily budget, and the reason why is because this would be a newer company that's just starting out. So a daily budget will, it will allow me to have more control over how the budget is being spent. So I'm doing $100 a day. Okay. All right. Now my campaign bidding strategy is the highest volume. And again, today I already made a video talking about the bidding strategy and the difference between the highest volume, the cost per results, as well as other ROAS goal and other options like the bid cap. You can be sure to check out that video that I made. I'll leave it in the cards or in the description down below, but that goes over what all those different budget strategies mean. In this video, I'm just sticking with the highest volume because that gets me the most impressions and views for my budget. A and B testing, hold on, just kidding. Okay, so I chose the campaign bidding strategy, which would be the highest volume. Now, for the budget scheduling, I'm not going to choose anything just because for this video, I want to have it to where I have more control over it. And for the ad scheduling, at this time, I'm not going to have any ad scheduling. Not yet. But the reason why I don't have anything for the budget scheduling is because I'm not running any promotions or flash sales. So for the budget scheduling, it's optional. So if you want to increase your spend during the promotions or holidays, then it would be smart to do a budget scheduling. Because it will automatically boost your spend. So for example, if you're running a Valentine's flash sale with a higher, you can run a Valentine's flash sale with a higher budget on February 13th to the 14th. But for now, we're just going to skip this to keep the budget flat. All right. For my audit segment reporting, I don't need this because at this point, I'm at the very beginning of setting the campaign. I haven't even ran any ads, hypothetically speaking. But this would be good to use once you've already accumulated, some clicks. You've already accumulated some email addresses, some names, you've already ran the campaign for a little while and you're getting conversions. This would be a good, I guess, enhancement to put on your campaign, because it will allow you to get more audience segment reporting and a better understanding of who your audience is. And it will let you break down the difference between your new audience, your engaged audience, and your existing customers. And then from there, you can build out lookalike audiences and you can really customize your campaigns. But for now, we're just on the basic level. So we're going to leave that alone. Same thing for special ad categories. Special ad categories, as you can see here, it declares if your ads are related to any financial products, any services, employment, housing, social issues, elections, or politics to prevent ad rejection. Fortunately for us, we're not doing any of that, and we're just promoting a fitness course. So we can skip that. So we pretty much have our campaign shell filled out. So we have our campaign name, we have the buying type, which is auction, we have our sales objective, which is sales, or we have our campaign objective, which is sales. And we don't have any campaign limit spending. As you can see here, very basic campaign setup. As you can see, we don't have any Advantage Plus catalog ads just because we don't need it at this point in time. For our budget strategy here is campaign budget. We have our daily spend, our daily budget of $100. Our campaign bid strategy is highest volume, so that way we get a lot of impressions. We get we just want our money to go towards getting the most views, getting the most eyeballs. All right, pretty broad, and it allows Meta the flexibility to really spend your budget how they want to. So we have that. For our bidding scheduling, our budget scheduling, we're just going to leave it flat for right now. We're not running any crazy holiday promotions or flash sales. A/B testing, we're not using that for right now, but eventually we would want to use that. And then for our for our audience segment reporting, we're going to leave that off for right now, as well as for our special ads category, we're leaving that off. So hopefully this gives you a good idea as to how to set up a campaign shell for a fitness course. And in the next video, we're going to go over how to actually set up a ad set. So let me just give y'all a preview. We're going to be doing the ad set name. We're going to be figuring out where we want our conversion location to be. We're also going to be looking at different performance goals, the cost per results goals. We're also going to be looking at the audience, what type of audience we want, and the placements. So hope you've enjoyed this video. Be sure to check out my other videos and please download that campaign client overview worksheet. That would be good for you to follow. That being said, peace.